Okay, Asia session live. Got the Asia scanner set up. Not a lot of signal days, only 5 of them. Let's have a quick look. Aussie NZD. This is something that I was tracking for a while, but never really did what I wanted it to do. GBP NZD. Then we have Euro Oz. NZD CAD. Okay, have a quick look at the Nikkei 7 a.m. That's Tokyo Market Open. This is when I pretty much just focus on Nikkei most of the time. So inside week over here, hard time for breakout levels, mostly bearish, 42% bearish confluence, not that strong. H4, H1, H8 still pushing up. Inside bar in the H8. And have we come up to the high? We have. So we faked out the high over here. So this seems okay to take down. Oops. Weekly breakout bar. We're almost underneath it. Here's the breakout level. Safer sells would be under here. So I'm going to wait for price to get to that point. Okay, so I'm going to wait until price can get down below. I didn't come in early enough to catch this one. I like this one. It's a breakout day, and then we're faking out the H8 high. We're above that H8 breakout level. So that's a breakout reversal on the H8. And then we're below the daily breakout level as well. So don't mind this one, but safer sells would be underneath this breakout level. H1 is still bullish, so I like to have 2 time frame alignment. Preferably the breakout levels will be aligned. Otherwise, I don't mind if we faked out the H1 high, which we have. So this seems to be all right. Wait, 8 minutes for entry here. Take a day trade on this. If it can get below the weak breakout level, then I'll attempt one. Okay, let me get my MetaTrader ready here. Okay. Nikkei is not a single day because we have mixed bias on the breakout bias as well as the peak bias. So this is not best setups, but it will be if it can get below the weak breakout level. That's the only reason why it's not lit up as a single day. And the H8 actually. So if I'm going to take a trade, I have to see how it behaves over here. I'm just going to mark this off. Sometimes I forget. Okay, have a look at Aussie NZD. This one was interesting for me for quite some time. It kept jamming into this level over here, the yearly level, previous year high, and then year fake out high. Just kept jamming into it, and it just never went until last week, I guess. I wasn't really trading that. Wasn't really focused on trading last week. Now we flipped the breakout level. I think this is a reversal trade. Yeah, reversal setup. Don't really like to take reversals in Asia. Yeah, I don't like flipping that. And it's taken so many attempts here. I'm just not gonna risk this one. Okay, GBP NZD. So this is an interesting one for me. I've been saw this for quite some time. I just have not been able to get any sort of entry on this. We have a monthly breakout bar over here, and higher time frames pushing up. So on the monthly levels, when I see a monthly breakout bar, I want to take a buy at the previous week low. So we have this one over here, continuation setup. My setups are completely fractal. They work on every time frame. I was basically looking for the previous week low to get faked out after that month, and we faked out the previous week low a few weeks back. So it's a breakout month, last month, and price came all the way down. I was waiting for a fake out of the previous week low, which happened over here, but I did not see this in real time, so I missed these entries. This is a monthly setup, so they take a lot longer to play out. So this is the swing trade setups that I have, but I did not see this. I don't usually swing trade that often, but this would have been a good entry. That probably break even, and then you can attempt another one here, and then I'd be looking for a move all the way back up to the previous month high, and it takes a number of days for that to play out. So I wasn't able to find any entry at all last week on this one, and right now it's a breakout day. Come down, faking out the previous H8 low. So this is a trend retracement setup. This is what I want to take. But when I trade, I also need two time frame alignment. I need the M15 and the H1 aligned. The H1 is a bit too high. Well, not a bit too high, it's too high, the breakout levels. But it is a range, inside bar that creates a range. So we've faked out one side of the range. So it does make sense for this to go up. But I think it's smarter to wait for the H4 bar. H4 is in 1.5 hours. I usually trade the first hour of Asia just on Nikkei, and then and if I find a forex pair that's set up, then I don't mind taking it early, like around 7:15. But after that, I prefer to wait for the H4 bar, because if I wait until 8 o'clock, that's 1 hour away from the H4 bar open, and so I'd rather just wait for this, because if you look at all the bars, there's top wicks, bottom wicks. So if I get in too close to the closing time, chances are I'm going to be in drawdown for a little bit. So I might as well just wait for that pullback. What I want to see, this close and breakout. So 1.5 hours, I think that there's a reasonable chance that this will close below, close and breakout. And then what that'll do, well, first of all, it'll push that H4 breakout level down. So one will get pushed down, and then so I'll be able to get in easier, and then the H1 as well. I want to see a breakout of the H1. If it closes and breakout, this H1 breakout level gets pushed down as well, right at that daily breakout level. So everything's kind of works out over here. And if you close and break out, this range will be taken out as well. Currently, this range continues to exist until there's a breakout bar in this time frame that closes below. So lots of things can go right if I just wait for the H4 bar. While if I take trades right now, there's a lot that can go wrong. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be right. Just based on probability, I'd rather wait. So I think JPN225 is going to be the trade, at least based off these setups. So I'll be waiting for that. Okay, and then NZD CAD. It's a breakout. Need a fake out of the H8 high. It's too high up here. Euro Oz as well, too high. And I'm guessing, I think this was new, Euro NZD. That was what? Range setup. Pushing down. Breakout reversal on the monthly. Breakout outside day. Needed to come down here. It's a bit too close to levels, so I don't think I'll trade that one. Okay, just gonna focus on GBP NZD, the Zero Oz NZD CAD. I thought Aussie CAD was another one, but the H8 high is too high, so I'm gonna switch this out to Nikkei. 30 seconds here. I might go for this. Let's see how this behaves. Got a fake out. It's a breakout bar. So if I'm looking for a reversal, I want to see something like this, or I want to see something like this, fake out of a high and get to that breakout level. So right now we're faking out the high. And if we can flip this H2 breakout level, then the H2 is, that'd be an H2 false breakout. This changes the bias of the H2 whenever you're below those breakout levels. And so I wouldn't mind taking it. If we can get below and stay below here, then I'll take it down to the previous day low, but need to see at how price behaves at the H8 breakout level and the previous week low. Inside bar, we've actually faked out the low, so that's not too good, but higher time frames are still bearish. I don't mind giving this a shot. Still have plenty of time here. Let's see. Okay, so the idea is that we're flipping this breakout level, and the idea is that we've caught the swing point, and I want to be taking this down. Okay, just gonna wait for price to get under here. Okay, price never closed below this H2 level. This is why I always wait for bar closures instead of pulled back. So no trades on this, waiting for the H1. So the H1 bar at 8 o'clock, this confirms that I'm not going to be trading Forex until 4-hour bar. I don't want to get in too close to that closing time. So Forex is done, but Nikkei, the 4-hour is 2 hours away. The timing is slightly different. So Nikkei, I don't mind trading at 8, but everything else is done. So I'm only going to be looking at Nikkei, possible trade in the next 30 minutes or so. Okay, we're pushing down. Okay, I like this closure. Just need continuation. I want to get in below that previous H2 low. So the way that I'm entering is exactly how I enter when I'm trading the 1 second. There's absolutely no difference. I look at the breakout levels. So here's the H8 breakout level. Faking out that H8 high, that's a breakout reversal on the H8. And then I want to get in when the lower time frames flip. So either the false breakout on the H2 or getting below the H2 low. So this is a false breakout on the H2. This confirms a reversal, but the safe entry is below the H2 low. So right now on the H2, I'm looking for a flip of that breakout level. So this is a false breakout on the H2. And if we get below this H2 low, this is a trend reversal that reverses the trend. So faking out the high over here, I think we did over here. Yeah, we faked out the high on the H2. So we broke out, faked out the high. That's a breakout reversal. First sign of a reversal. When we flip that breakout level, it's a false breakout. This confirms that reversal, but it's a first sign of a swing point. But when we get below the previous low underneath that breakout level, this confirms this as a swing point. So I trade exactly the same way, whether I'm on the 1 second, 5 second, 10 second, 1 minute, 5 minute, does not matter what time frame. My entry style is exactly the same. Even when I'm entering on the 15 minute, it's exactly the same. So all I need right now is I'm looking for some continuation here, and then I'll be in. Okay, we're pushing down, just taking a look at the clock here. I want to see a 1 minute close below. I don't need to drop down to the 1 minute. I can just look at this. Just need closes at zeros and or fives. Okay, 1 minute closure underneath. That's all I need. I'm in now. Okay, so I'm in this trade. Higher time frame breakout levels all pushing down. And so first target is going to be this H8 breakout level. I'm not going to take anything here. It's too little for me, 1R. But I'll probably go break even there because H8 traders are still bullish. But we broke out of the H8 high. And when I'm trading H8, I'm using the H2 as momentum. So we have a fake out of the H2 high right here, this red line. And this allows me to reverse that breakout. Lower time frames reverse before the higher time frame. So I'm okay taking this one. And now go break even before here and possibly take profit at this previous week low. But usually I want to trade it down to at least the previous day low of the day. Let's see what happens. There's still quite a few levels it needs to get through. But yeah, that's it. Okay, so this is the only trade I'm going to take this first 1.5 hours of Asia. Then I'll be back at the start of the new H4 bar. Have a quick look at still only Aussie NZD, GBP NZD. GBP NZD is not doing what I want it to do, but there's still plenty of time for it to get in line. And let's see what happens. Okay, price pushing down. Gonna get in on this 3 minute closure below the H1, so I'll be adding in. Don't see anything else GBP NZD still, but it's not where I want it to be. It's in a range now on the H1 here. It's been a range this whole time. I needed to get out, and I prefer it to go down. So I'm just going to focus on Nikkei. Nothing else triggered. Aussie NZD reversal, but I don't like reversals in Asia. It also is not the best. Middle time frame still pushing up. And I think that's it. Yen pairs didn't really do much. Yeah, so just focus on Nikkei. So if this can close below this H1 breakout level, then I'll be taking this one on down. So what I saw in this, I'm looking for a reversal with a double breakout pattern. When I see that, I want to see a fake out of the high. So I could have gone in, but I wasn't really watching this. Was having my breakfast. And then if I missed that one, which I did, that first move here, first entry, second thing I want to see is a pull back, fake out of a high, take it down. So price got below that breakout level, pull back, fake out the high here. This is a H1 high. On the H4, I'm looking at H1 as momentum. And so I want to get in at this level and I want to take it down to the previous H4 low. So it all depends on this. If we can close below this H1 breakout level, then I don't mind. Also, now it's a breakout fake out pattern. Reversal. So first thing I'm looking for, well, this one's not the best one because I prefer the breakout level to be underneath that structure. So the breakout level is above. So yeah, it's not exactly this setup. So yeah, just let's see how this closes. And I'll get in if we can get underneath here. Okay, so closed H1 breakout level is now bearish, closed below the H1 low. So technically we're in breakout on the H1. Now I'm just waiting for continuation and I'll be getting in on this continuation. There you go, triggered. Still waiting, looking for zeros or fives. Waiting for that 10-second close. Still waiting over here. 2, 1. Okay, 1 minute closure underneath. So I'm okay with that. Took this one right here. Stop loss at the high of this H1 structure. Trading this H1 bar. Okay, so I got 2 positions in. My initial position is a 3R move down to all the way to the previous day low. Next one is 5R. And that's probably going to be it. I don't think I'll have another entry. So I took one base off of the H8, and then I'm taking this one off the H4, and I guess H1 is next. Let's see if I can find another entry to size in over here. So the way that I size in is exactly the same, whether I'm scalping or day trading. Yeah, I don't have a setup that goes the breakout bar. This is my anchor point, so I'm always looking for that breakout bar. I don't have a setup that goes breakout, fake out, outside, fake out, fake out. Now, technically, this is a range, and when I see something like this, based on price action, I just see this whole thing as a range, and so I do think of it as trading inside of a range. In this case, it would be a reversal going down, so I'd be looking at some structure like this, fake out of a high or breaking out of that range. And I don't mind trading this. I have no problem at all trading this at all if it's not one of my setups. But the whole point of my setups is that I don't have to flip through all these pairs to find something that I want. I don't mind trading it if I see it, but it's a lot easier if I can just identify it immediately. But yeah, I'm okay trading something like this, breaking out of range. But yeah, I think my entry on the H4 is going to be the same exact entry on the H1, so I'm not going to size in on that. Okay, so that's it. Just these two, going to see how price behaves at this H4 low, which is also the H8 breakout level. Might close it there. If it starts to double back, I'll maybe take partials or something. But otherwise, I want to see it get to that previous week low. And yeah, that's it. I don't really expect it to get that far, but who knows? Let's see what happens. I think I'm going to go for one more over here. M15 broke out. We have higher time frames pushing down mostly. Only the H8 is pushing up. Peak bias are pushing down. We have a trend retracement setup coming up over here below that M15 breakout level. I'm looking at the 10 seconds here. I want to see price come up, fake out the M5 high right here. And if it does that, I'm going to be looking to get in when it reverses. And this one, I'm going to be decreasing my risk on this one, trading on the 10 seconds here. So essentially, we have the day trading entries up here, and then I'm going to take a scalping entry as well. I think it kind of makes sense to take a little bit more on this move. It's a bit of a risky move, and so I do want to have size in a little bit more. Okay, so we've got up above the M5 high, 50 seconds until the new M5, or new M15, I mean. So let's see, it's probably going to close inside. It's most likely not going to go above or below here. Drop down, lower time frames, looking at the 5 seconds. It's a little bit crazy looking, so I'm going to check the line chart instead. 30 seconds here. If it can get below the M5 breakout level, I don't mind attempting a move over here. Faking out the M5 high and flipping the M5 level. So like I say, I'm looking for 3 positions whenever I try to size in. 1 at the breakout reversal, 2 at the false breakout, and then 3 at the trend reversal. So this is starting to come up, close inside. So we're in a range here, faking out the high. We're still below that breakout level. And I just need a flip. Okay, we flipped it. Just need some continuation here. There, took it off based off the 5 second here, way down. And I am stop loss high of, where am I here? 15 minute. I'm at the high of the 15, current M15. Okay, so low risk on this one. Not putting in a lot of risk. This is a risky move. When I scalp, I drop down my risk quite significantly. But the idea is that I could pick up quite a lot of R. It makes sense to take an entry like that. I'm risking 1R to make 8R if it gets down to that breakout level, but I'm looking for a move down to over here, which is 21R, probably at that H8 low. Okay, now that's going to be the last entry I take. My session's going to be done in 30 minutes. I don't think I'll be looking to take anything else. And that's it. Okay, so 3 positions, going to update this. These are, it's a little bit odd to calculate this because I have different risk on each of these, but I'm just going to calculate the R instead. Okay, just going to let this let this trade run in, and let's see what happens. Okay, taking partials here at the H8 breakout level. This is an 11R move. I don't assume that these large time frame breakout levels are just going to break. Take my partials, going break even, and that is it. Done with this trade. Whatever it does now, it's up to the market. But got my TP all the way down here, and I'll see how it behaves over here. But let's see if this wants to continue on down, and that's it. So I didn't really do a good job in this video of explaining my concepts too much, but one thing that I really liked is that I showed that how fractal the strategy is. You can trade any time frame. The setups show up anywhere. I took setups on, I don't think I took an M15. I think I took this on the M5, but it was based off an M15 move. This one I took it based off an H4 move and took it on the M3. And then this one I took on the 10 seconds, which is the M15. Took a nice strong M15. Was it this one? I can't remember which one. I need to go back and see what I took. But basically, I showed all different approaches here. I could take it. You can trade as simple as you want or as complex as you want. If you want to trade off the M15, you can take those entries off the M15. You want to scalp, go even deeper down. So many different ways of trading this. And it's really up to you how you want to be trading. All right, I'm just going to go. I don't like to watch these sort of things. I get a little too anxious, so I'm just going to let my alerts play out. Oh, actually, we're at the previous week low right now. This is an area that it might reverse, so I'm going to start bringing my stops down. I would expect this to start reversing over here, but let's see, or maybe not. Maybe it's going to go all the way. Okay, I'm going to drop down. And this is the when I trade, I don't like to watch my charts. I get a little too anxious. I'm going to set an alert here. If this starts to reverse, I want to know about it. So I'm setting it to breakout bias. Basically what that does is if I get a closure on the M1 above the breakout level, right now the breakout level is here, this tells me that the M1 is going to be in a false breakout, right? Whenever you flip that breakout level, it's a false breakout. So if it does that, I'm going to exit. Otherwise, I'm just going to let this go. All right, that's it. I don't want to watch this thing. I am done. Asia session done. And we are out.